Hi guys, my name is Marzanul Islam and this is my Physics 2212 Lab 2 presentation on line of charge. So the introduction and basic overview of our results. We're going to be comparing the results we obtained from this lab where we treat the tape as a line charge with the results from lab 1 where we treated the tape as a point charge. We're going to create a more detailed model to calculate the electric force and charge on the tape. So for the preview of the results, the magnitude of the charge on the line charge piece of tape is 2.62 times 10 to the negative 8 coulombs, and the magnitude of charge on the point charge piece of tape from the previous experiment was 1.26 times 10 to the power of negative 8 coulombs. So as you can see, after treating the tape as line charge, we found the charge to be almost double. For the model used will be same as the model used in part 1. However, the computational glow script model is in this experiment will treat the tape as line charge instead of a point charge. Some assumptions we're going to be making are that air resistance is negligible, each tape has the same amount of charge, and that charge is evenly distributed throughout the tape. The fundamentals we're going to be using are Newton's second law, which states that force is equals to mass times acceleration, Coulomb's law, the electric force equation, which states that the charge is the electric force is equals to the charge times the electric field at that position, and the gravitational force equation, which says that force is equals to mass times acceleration due to gravity. The systems and surroundings. The system includes both tapes, and the surrounding includes everything else present in the room. So the experimental model and the process. So what we did was we first stuck a U-tape to a table and another U-tape on top of it. We created two pieces of charged U-tape by ripping the top one off the bottom one. We determined the charge on the U-tape by moving it closer to various objects, including our hands, a negatively charged pen, and another U-tape. And then we held the first U-tape below the second one and measured the distance between them when they repelled each other. Then we used this distance to calculate the electric force and the charge. So for the experimental data and the calculations, as you can see on the left hand side, the data we measured are all there: the length of the tape, the width of the tape, the distance between, and the mass of the tape. And from the calculations, the most important part is this part where we found the charge when we treated the tape as a point charge. Now, moving on to the glow script model, at the start we defined our physical constants, and then we displayed the values we obtained from our experimental model, such as the mass of the tape, the length, and the distance. And then we have the previous charge we found from the lab 1 experiment, which is 1.261 times 10 to the power of negative 8 coulombs. And then we have the new charge, which is 2.62 times 10 to the power of negative 8 coulombs. And then we found from here, from this function, we found the electric field, and this function we found the code that creates the line of charges for our computational model. Then the next part of the code, we use this code to divide the tape into small pieces, which we will see later in the diagram. And then this part, we found the scale factor for the electric field vector arrows. And we did the same thing here, but this time we found the scale factor for the electric force arrows and the gravitational force arrows. And at this top piece of code shows us the electric field at the location, and then at the bottom one shows us the electric force, and the bottom piece of code shows us the net electric field and the scale factor for the electric field arrow. And finally, this are the out values that are going to be outputted. So the main values are the magnitude of the electric force, magnitude of the gravitational force, and the magnitude of the charge on the one piece of tape. So as you can see, our glow script model, so the blue line shows the bottom tape, the faint red line shows the upper tape, and then the yellow line shows the gravitational force, and the white line shows the superposition of all the green point charges. So some discrepancies in our models are that the model may still not be accurate as the tapes were divided into a finite amount of pieces and not an infinite amount, but however, this model is definitely more accurate than the results of lab 1. Some errors, external forces may have been present, the charges may not have been equally distributed, and both tapes may not have had equal charge distributions. Finally, for the discussion part, what if I had a model of our tapes as a single point charge like in the previous lab? So as we said before, the magnitude of the charge on the line charge piece of tape is 2.62 times 10 to the power of negative 8, and on the point charge piece of tape was 1.26 times 10 to the power of negative 8 coulomb. So the line charge is way more accurate, and it's almost double of that of the point charge. And then why do these estimates differ? What value is more likely to be closer? The line charge is more accurate than the point charge as it splits the tape into very small pieces. And the line charge model is a more accurate depiction of the tape and the charges on it. So that's it for my lab. Thank you for your time.